Your latest news update from Western Mass News.
Good Friday afternoon. I'm Chris Pisano with a look at your headlines. After more than a year of searching for a bank robbery suspect, the FBI has placed him into custody. The so-called Route 91 bandit was arraigned yesterday in court following a lengthy investigation. According to police, 30-year-old Taylor Giechek was arraigned yesterday in Hartford and ordered to be detained. He's accused of robbing 14 banks in 4 different states. We're continuing to follow the COVID-19 outbreak at the Holyoke Soldiers Home. Cases have more than doubled this weekend, and local legislators are making sure protocols at the home are being followed. Over the weekend, 2 cases were reported. That number then climbed to 11 by Wednesday. Now, the state reporting 13 positive cases among residents and 20 among staff. The home previously had an outbreak in 2020 that claimed the lives of 80 veterans. And right-wing conspiracy theorist Alex Jones filed for personal bankruptcy protection in a Texas court today. Jones estimates his assets are worth between $1 to $10 million, and his liabilities are between $1 to $10 billion. The InfoWars host, Business, had previously filed for bankruptcy protection in July. The personal filing now puts any post-judgment activity on hold for Sandy Hook families seeking to collect the nearly $50 million awarded by a jury earlier this year over his false claims about the Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre.
First Alert meteorologist Don Maher. After seeing some sunshine out there this afternoon, clouds will increase as we head through the evening and into the overnight. We're going to remain dry, so evening plans you're going to be just fine. Lows will drop into the lower 30s early, and then as some low-level moisture moves in, we'll see these temperatures actually climb during the overnight. Lots of clouds as we get going tomorrow, and if you're going to be out and about tomorrow, keep the umbrella handy. Rain is likely, and some of that rain could be heavy at times, especially as we head towards the afternoon. Strong southerly winds coming our way again tomorrow as well. Could see winds gusting 35, perhaps even 40 miles per hour at times. So a windy and wet start to our weekend. Perhaps another line of showers coming through with the cold front as we head through the late afternoon and into the early evening. Then we'll begin to dry things out. That will set us up for a dry day on Sunday, but it's going to be noticeably chillier as we go from mid-50s tomorrow to upper 30s and lower 40s on Sunday. Monday, a dry day as well, but then the rain chances return as we head on into Tuesday and into Wednesday. We'll dry things out late next week.
Stay with Western Mass News on air, online, and on our app throughout the day for breaking news, weather, and exclusive content.